My waiter stopped serving and asked, "Why do you keep checking the windows like someone's following you?" "I'm not checking anything," I muttered, but my eyes betrayed me as they darted back to the street outside Romano's packed dining room. Trevor, my waiter, had been watching me for 20 minutes as I obsessively scanned the windows between bites of my untouched pasta. 3 different black cars had circled the block since I'd arrived, each one slowing down when they passed the restaurant's front entrance. Trevor crouched down next to my table, pretending to clean up non-existent crumbs while speaking in a low whisper. "Dude, I've been serving tables for 6 years and I know paranoid when I see it. You've been tracking every person who walks past those windows like your life depends on it. What's going on?" Before I could answer, a new black SUV pulled up across the street and 2 men in dark clothing got out, both scanning the restaurant's interior through the large windows. Trevor's phone buzzed loudly just as the men outside started moving toward the restaurant entrance. He glanced at the notification, and his entire expression changed from concerned to terrified. The color drained from his face as he read whatever message had just come through. "Holy shit," he whispered, showing me his phone screen. It was a text from someone named Kyle. "Dude, there's a $250,000 bounty, alive preferred but not required, on someone at your restaurant right now. Some app called Shadow Network is going crazy. They're saying the target is inside Romano's and multiple teams are moving in. Get out now." Trevor's hands started shaking as he stared at the message, then at me, then back at his phone. The timing was too perfect to be a coincidence. "Kyle works security downtown and he's plugged into all the underground networks," Trevor explained quickly. "Are you the person they're looking for?" That's when I saw them clearly for the first time. The sleeve tattoos, the earpieces, the way they moved with military precision. These weren't random people. Trevor followed my gaze and immediately understood why I'd been checking the windows. More messages from Kyle were flooding Trevor's phone, each one more urgent than the last. "Mexican cartel teams spotted heading to Romano's. Albanian mafia mobilizing. This is some serious international shit, bro." Trevor grabbed my arm without hesitation, pulling me toward the back of the restaurant as Kyle's messages kept coming. The bounty had been posted on Shadow Network less than an hour ago, with my exact location and instructions to contain and extract. Kyle was monitoring the chatter from his security job and had recognized Romano's address and the target coordinates. Trevor led me through the busy dining room toward the kitchen, weaving between tables full of families enjoying their Friday night dinners. The restaurant was completely packed, which Trevor said was probably the only reason I was still alive. Too many witnesses for a clean extraction. As we pushed through the kitchen doors, Trevor's phone continued buzzing with updates from Kyle. Shadow Network was apparently some kind of underground marketplace where criminal organizations outsourced jobs to freelance operatives. Kyle had access because his security company sometimes used it to track down people who skipped bail, but he'd never seen a bounty this large. Multiple international crime syndicates were bidding against each other for the contract, driving the price up to $250,000. Trevor led me down a narrow staircase to Romano's basement storage area, a cramped space filled with wine racks and boxes of supplies. The basement was dark and cold, lit only by a single bulb hanging from the ceiling. Trevor locked the door behind us and immediately called Kyle, putting the phone on speaker as we crouched behind cases of canned tomatoes. Kyle's voice was panicked as he explained that Shadow Network was showing at least 4 different teams converging on our location. Before Kyle could explain more, we heard shouting upstairs followed by the unmistakable sound of chairs being knocked over. Through the thin basement ceiling, we could hear a man's voice demanding that everyone in the restaurant get on the ground. Heavy footsteps moved across the dining room floor above us as someone systematically searched each table and booth. Kyle's voice came through the phone with urgent news. He'd contacted his federal law enforcement contacts when he realized Shadow Network was being used to coordinate assassinations. SWAT teams were already en route, but they might not arrive before the gunmen found us. Gunshots erupted above us, rapid bursts followed by shouting and coordinated police commands. Kyle's real-time monitoring had provided federal agents with exact intelligence about the multiple teams converging on Romano's, allowing them to intercept what would have been a massacre.